Alright everyone, welcome back to our distance learning program. Right now you are looking at the slide lessons which is for your first session. So this lesson is the blueprint lesson and now we are on the module 3 and the theme of the module 3 we talk about healthy habits. For the unit 5, we have our lesson 1, which is about the doctor said. So in this lesson, you can open your blueprint books to page 62 and 63. There may be some error on the slide here. Actually, the lesson is on page 62 and 63. There are 2 pages. And here are the contents, what we are about to do in this video. First of all, I would like you to give a quick overview of the module 3, which is the theme of our lesson. And we will look at the key vocabulary that you will learn related to the theme of this module 3. And then listen to conversations to get some idea and the better context of this lesson. Last but not least, there are some important lesson about the reported speech, and this is the language focus on this video, and it is also the grammar lesson that you will learn the structure on how to report other people's speech. So without any further ado, let's look at the theme of our lesson. So on this module 3, we talk about healthy habits. Okay, actually we have our S right here, habits, healthy habits. The word healthy means you have a good health. A good health means you are not sick. Okay, you physically good. You have never been sick before, so you are healthy. In order to avoid sickness, you need to live healthily, you need to have a good habits. So what are those habits? So there are a lot of good habits that you should practice in order to have a good health. But in this, I have 2 main habits that help you to decide to live healthily. First of all, the way you eat, right? Generally, people find it easy to eat when they are hungry, but you must consider the food that you eat. Is it a good food for your body? Is it a good food for your health? Generally, people recommend you to eat a lot of vegetable, fruit, meat. Okay, most of those fruit and meat are generally a fresh product. Okay, you need to go to the market and find a fresh product and you consume all of those. It guarantees you will be healthy. However, the food you should avoid as well, there are a fast food. For example, let's say hamburger, pizza, all those fast food can be convenient. It is easy for everyone just to go there, pick it up and take it home. But the consequences of eating those fast food is not good for your health. So try to avoid fast food and eat fresh vegetable and meat. Another good routines is to do exercise. As we already know, in our body nowadays, many people experience obesity, which means they are overweight. They getting fat, they are big. So the consequences of not doing exercise, you will get obesity. So obesity means there are a lot of more weight in your body, and it will affect your heart, affected your blood flows in your body. So to avoid all those problems, you need to do exercise in order to burn extra fat from your bodies. And in this video, it is the main focus that we will look at different aspects of healthy habits. Alright, so here is the unit 5, which is eat right. So we focus on the way we eat the food we need to eat. As I said, there are 2 types of food. We have the healthy food, which consists of vegetable, fresh meat, And fast food, for example, let's say hamburger, pizza, all those fast food are not good for you. Alright, here is the vocabulary for our lesson 1. And the vocabulary in this lesson are related to something that you will use when you meet or when you have an appointment with the doctor, right? So be familiar with all of these words because it's very beneficial for all of you in the future. You might go to live in the American or go to live in the British, who knows, right? When you get sick, these are the helpful vocabulary that will be very helpful for you to use. Alright, we have the word clinics, check up, diet, lung, heal, cut down on, sugary, alcoholic, according to, and olive oils. So to find the correct meaning of all these words, I would like you to listen to this conversation between Christina and Adam. In this conversation, you will hear all of those keywords, and I think you should try to guess the meaning of all those words along the way. So without any further ado, let's listen to this conversation all together.
Track 35.
Hey, how did it go at the clinic?
Not bad. It's my first checkup since I quit smoking. And I got good news. I'm in pretty good shape. I got a chest x-ray and my lungs have already started healing.
That's great. Didn't you only quit 2 months ago?
Yeah, your lungs can start healing fast. I also asked for diet advice because I've gained a little weight since quitting. The doctor said to cut down on sugary and alcoholic drinks and to keep walking every day.
That makes sense. Did she tell you to do anything else?
Yeah, she actually told me to eat more fat. According to her, I'm eating too much bread and pasta. She said to cut down on those and eat more healthy fats, like fish and salads with olive oil.
I've heard that too. They help you lose weight because you feel full for a long time after eating.
Right. Now I'm hungry. Let's go get some seafood and salad for lunch.
Alright, so after this end of the conversation, I would like to draw your attention to a brief note at the bottom of this conversation here. So in this box, the brief note gives you the meaning of the word fat, right? So the word fat means the olive or the liquid or solid part of a certain food, like butter, nut, or meat. So fat in Khmer we call chit khlang. Alright, so after you already listened to the conversation and understand the situations of our Adam, now let's figure out the meaning of these vocabularies.
Track 35.
Sorry. Okay, so the definition of the first word, which is clinics. So clinic, it functions as noun and it refers to place. So what is the correct definitions here? Okay, this one goes to letter D, a place to get medical help. Number 2, check up. Check up is also it can function as a noun or it can function as a verb, but in this context it's function as noun. So check up means an examination by a doctor to check for medical problems. Diet, so diet also function as noun and it refers to, so which one? Let's find out the meaning here. Okay, diet refers to the things that people eat. Okay, here is what a person eats, an eating plan for weight loss or better health. Lung. So lung is, this is a plural noun. So lung are part of your organs and it's a part that you use for breathing. So this is the correct definition is letter I. Heal function as verb. It refers to, okay, it's verb. The word here referring to the situation when to get, okay, here, okay, to get better after being hurt or damaged. Cut downs. So if you cut down on something, it means to do or use less of those things. So letter J. Sugary is very easy. It comes from the word sugar. When it's the word sugary, it functions as an adjective. We use to referring to something that have a lot of sugar in it, which is letter C. Alcoholic is also come from the word alcohol, and the meaning is letter F, having alcohol in it. For example, beer and wines. According to is an adverb, and this word is a phrase that used to say where some information come from. The last one, which is olive oils, it refers to a liquid fat from olive, which is a common part of Mediterranean's diet. Okay, this is a place in what I call it, the in the Middle East, right? So Mediterraneans. Okay, everyone, after we have listened to the conversation and learned some of those keywords, now it is the last point. We will look at the grammar point, which is about the reported speech. To understand this lesson, I have extracted some of the lesson from another grammar book, and this book distinguishes a very good point between a direct speech and reported speech. Since we focus on the reported speech, it is the good idea to understand what direct speech is and what reported speech is. So first, let's look at the direct speech. Let's look at this example of direct speech. So Trevor, I'm tired. Wasn't it Gabo who said I want to be alone? But I don't love you, Harry, replied Claire. If you notice this word in bold here, they use the what we call quotation mark. This one is quotation mark, a mark that used to represent the direct speech. So let's read some information here. We can show that word direct speech by putting them in quotation mark. Here is quotation mark. Sometimes the words are put after the speaker name. In the script of a play or film, for example, in the picture, we can put the word in the speech bubble. So here in this picture, this bubble here represents the direct speech, which is spoken directly by this women. Okay, here is our focus of the lesson, which is the reported speech. So reported speech means we give the meaning or the information of what was said rather than the exact word, which means we reported what other people have said in our own words. So here, Trevor said he's tired. Wasn't it Greta Garbo who said that she wanted to be alone? Claire replied that she didn't love Harry. Actually here the example is the reported speech, and they changed the pronoun from the speaker to someone else. Here, I am tired, and then to he's tired. And most of the time the verb change as well. It changed from present tense into the past tense, but we are not going to focus on this aspect in this video. In reporting, we use verbs such as a noun, answer, explain, mention, so on and so forth. But generally, there are two main verbs that used in the reported speech: the word say and the word tell. Okay. So here is another lesson from our course book, which is only two structures that you can use to report what other people have said. And this is the reported speech that you can use with infinitive, right? So here, if you look at the structure, we have the reported speech with said plus infinitive, or told plus object plus infinitive. And if you would like to use it in the negative form, you need to put the word not in front of the infinitive, okay? So if you look at the original sentence, this original sentence is called direct speech because we have the quotation mark here, as you can see. So you need to get more exercise, the doctor said. So this phrase, you need to get more exercise, is the direct word that the doctor said. And if you want to report this information, you need to follow this structure. The doctor said to get more exercise. Don't arrive late, said Samantha. So Samantha said not to arrive late, because this is the reported speech. If you notice here, there is no quotation marks. Another structure that you can use to report the whole story or the theme of the topics, we use the word talk about or told plus object plus about to report the topic of the conversation. Here, don't be confused, everyone. The topic of the conversation is the main idea. We are not going to report everything called words, but we just reported the main idea of the speech only. If you look at the example here, on our first date, we went to a movie. So what is the speech about? This is the direct speech, and what it is about? It is about their first date. So when you report, he told me about their first date, which is the topics of the speech, and you can use this structure. So again, if you want to report sentence by sentence, you need to use this structure. And if you want to report the theme of the speech, you need to use the preposition about. As I said, the most common verb that you can use in reported speech, they are the word said or the word say in present tense, and the word told or tell in the present tense. But mostly you will see they use the reported speech in the past tense, so said or told. So what are the difference between these two words? Sure, there are the differences that you need to know before using these two verbs. First of all, if you use the verb tell or told, you want to mention the listener or the one who hears the speech. So look at the example. Sarah's boss told her she could leave early. So we have the boss, and then this person told Sarah. So Sarah is her, which is the one who hears this word from the boss. However, when we use the word say, we don't need any object at all. So we do not mention the hearer or the listener, we use say. Let's say Sarah's boss said she could leave early. Said to who? Said who is the listener? We don't care, but we just want to report what Sarah's boss said only, right? Again, if we use the word tell or told, this verb need object, okay? Need object. Mostly is the pronoun. He tell me, he tells somebody. But when we use the word say, there is no object. He says some things, he said that, there is no object, okay? No pronoun right here. Alright, so here are a few practice sentences that will show you how you can report the direct speech into the reported speech. So first of all, here the first one is the direct speech. Cut down on fast food, said the doctor. And then you change it into the reported speech. First of all, there is no quotation mark. And then the doctor said to cut down on fast food. And if you want to make it into a negative form, you can add not in front of the infinitive. Another example, you should call the clinic, Jen said to me, okay? And then Jen told me to call the clinics. It is the indirect speech. Okay, everyone. So before we end this video lesson, let's recap what we have learned so far. Now we are on the module 3, which is about the healthy habit, and the unit 5. And on the unit 5, we start our lesson 1 by the title, The Doctor Said. So from this lesson, you have learned some keyword related to your healthy habit, or some vocabulary that you can use when you meet the doctor, and you learn how to form a reported speech. So everyone, that's it for our first video lesson today. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask your teacher in our online study group. So everyone, this is the end of our first video lesson, and we will come back and study another subject in our second session.